Well, some things never change. New year, same crap from the same lazy media and lazy journalists, not to mention the pathetic postings on social media.
Welcome back once again. This is Chris Report, and he assured me that St. Simon's Town in Boulders. Folks, this is Chris Wyatt reporting from South Africa.
Who are you calling a baboon? The African Transformation Movement and the Patriotic Alliance condemn the alleged racist incident in the Joburg Food Lovers Market. Now, Propaganda 24 is at it again, folks, abusing the English language, or is it rather just a case of fake news? Nicole McCain reports that the two "You Called Me a Baboon" videos from Four Ways are footage of an apparent racist incident. Now, any objective observer should conclude that the two available video segments do not offer any proof of any apparent racist incident. One can call it an alleged incident based on allegations, which the paper doesn't seem to follow up on, nor does a social media poster or other media outlets. None of them follow up on this question. But you can call it an alleged incident based on allegations. But an apparent racist incident?
You don't fucking call us baboons ever. Let me shame on you. Let me shame on you. Shame on you.
McCain or her editor's use of apparent vice alleged in the subtitle of the story is either an unfortunate choice of language or an intentional clickbait title. Now that's sad, as Nicole McCain does a fine job accurately telling the story in the later text. Folks, words matter. The accused couple do not appear to say or do anything racist in the two videos that are available to the public. Now, this is not to discount the allegations, which may be valid, but one cannot reach that conclusion from the videos. Therefore, some work needs to be done to do a news story here. The only legitimate conclusions one can arrive at from these two videos is that the black lady is angry. She accuses the man and the woman of calling her a baboon and verbally accosts both of them in the supermarket. Further, rather than remain calm, she escalates the situation, pursuing the man as he attempts to de-escalate the tense confrontation. Now, if in fact she was called names, I can understand why she's angry. But we don't know. There's no evidence here. We do not see or hear any racist slur or name calling from either the man or the woman in question in the video that's available. Now, the black lady may very well have legitimate cause for grievance, but no one can honestly reach that conclusion from the evidence posted on the Cogopolo X account, which already has 1.2 million views. Cogopolo, a TV host with 586,000 Twitter followers, has ignited yet another South African racial firestorm by posting these two videos. This, sadly, is the norm on social media. Video content posted for attention, not for the public good. Rather than spurring the African Transformation Movement and Patriotic Alliance political parties into interference in a matter in which they have no legal standing, folks ought to be asking the following from the legacy media and from Cogopolo too, since he started the conversation. First, has anyone identified the people in the video? Has anyone interviewed security, the black lady, the couple, or any witnesses to the alleged incident? Is there footage of the food lovers' location inside and outside in the parking area from the time of the incident? Were the South African police or Joburg Metro Police called to the scene? Is there a police report? Have criminal complaints been filed? More importantly, why have the media not done the most basic of investigative steps to assess the story before flaming racial tensions over an unconfirmed incident on social media? Now, people might try to contrast this with the Nobbs and Kesey story, but in the Nobbs and Kesey story, you don't need a police report to see how abusive the woman was. We don't need to see the preceding stuff. Whether she had been given cause to be rude and disrespectful isn't germane. The fact that she was and what she said is germane. But these people have done none of that. There's no evidence of it. They may very well have done it, but the videos don't prove that. And to run a story without asking the most basic of investigative questions of the people purportedly involved in the incident is reprehensible. Now, on a conspiracy theory level, does the incident not make one wonder about the timing? As the Nobbs and Kesey story continues to piss off South Africans, is this not a distraction? Now, those are some of the most basic of questions one should have sought answers to before declaring the incident to be racist or apparent racist. You can call it alleged, but you can't say it's racist or apparent racist. This is yet another example of running off at the mouth to elicit attention, not news reporting. The sad state of social media and legacy journalism is quite disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on another note, I occasionally get comments on my content about how I cover the news daily, saying I never have anything positive to say about South Africa. Well, aside from that being factually incorrect, I do say many positive things about South Africa. Those commentators don't seem to complain about the poor excuse for journalism that ignites these issues in the first place: legacy and social media. I'm happy to cover good news stories. How's about actually watching that reportage? How about you go over and watch my documentary on Ruud Constantia and the history of the wine industry in the Western Cape? Nobody watches that. Nobody cares. How about you watch my video talking about how South Africa became the world's largest producer and exporter of macadamia nuts, and that most of the newer farmers are non-traditional, women and people of color. But nobody watches that content because people, at the end of the day, don't want to hear good news stories. They want to hear the bad news. And that's the reason why News 24, IOL, and others rush to print things as quickly as they can in the digital age without doing the most basic. Look, a breaking story like the Tesla car exploding outside the Trump hotel is definitely breaking news and should be reported on. But you should report the facts, not throw supposition into it. In this case of the Food Lovers Market in Four Ways in Johannesburg, we have no evidence that there was racism in play. There may very well be incidents of that, but one has to ask these questions. And short of getting those answers, you should not be reporting it as an apparent racist incident. It's an alleged incident. And it's not even newsworthy until some basic journalistic work is done. So why am I covering it? Because I'm exposing the hypocrisy of the media and social media, something we do each and every day here on the WIN Network. Happy New Year, South Africa.